So bro, this is a quick overview unboxing of my 5.6 kilogram haul. I shipped with Pandabuy and the dimensions of the package were 46 by 23 by 42, that's in centimeters. All the shoe sizes in here were 42 to 43 EU sizes, and it costed 584 yuan to ship. This was during Pandabuy's 10% off shipping. I also shipped all the shoes without the boxes, but with the tags. This saved on shipping costs, puts the weight down, puts the dimensions down as well. So definitely recommend it if you're going to do a haul, remove the shoe boxes because you're not wearing the shoe boxes. Also, the shipping time was 12 days from payment. I paid on the 7th of July and it arrived on the 19th of July. So yeah, here's some just sped up footage of me unboxing the package, showing everything I've got. Short on foot, but I do go into more details later on about each shoe. Got a couple variety of things here. Got a pair of Jordans, got a pair of Skatesters, maison miharas, got some slides, got some Doc Marten Owens, and also a bag and some jewelry. All of these pairs were relatively budget. They were all under 300 yuan. So I didn't really know what to expect because this was my first haul, but everything turned out fine. I do a quick overview at the end, and you can make your mind up for yourself, but I'm recording this afterwards and I can say that they've held up fine so far, and for the price you can't really complain, especially for what I got and how much I paid. Yeah, just enjoy the footage. Here's the slides. They were really cheap at 35 yuan. They look fine, flaws barely any. They've got the branding on the inside, size and everything. I would say go up a size or half. I've been wearing these for a while and as you can see they're pretty squishy. They fit fine. Yeah, pretty much perfect, not much to say.
Jordan's man.
This is the Jordan 1 Neutral Grey. The real ones are a re-release with the original Jordan 85 silhouette, but these are just a regular Jordan 1 2015 I believe with those colours. The shoes should be further down on the 85s along with a few small other differences, but these aren't things you notice on foot. The quality is okay for how cheap the shoe was. Leather's probably all fake, but all of these things you don't notice on foot. They crease pretty easily too. I only wore these a few times and they've already got a few creases, but again, you barely notice them. Stitching looks fine, Wings logo looks okay. Some of the stitching can be a bit weird on certain parts, but it's not a big deal. Heel counter feels decent, and the insole is just a basic foam insole like any other Jordan. They're relatively comfortable, but I doubt there's an air unit in them. Definitely a really budget pair, but they're good as beaters or just to wear wherever really. Not much to say.
Mihara man.
These are the Maison Mihara, I believe, pipe colorway, hence the black outlines. They were the most expensive shoes in the haul at about 25 quid, but the quality is definitely there. Sizing, I'd say go true to size. It also came with a box, but I shipped without it. Canvas upper feels good, rubber toe cap feels sturdy, sole is chunky and definitely won't break on you. The sole is about like 2, maybe 1.5 inches thick, so it makes you a bit taller as well. Stitching all looks good. Sole stitching does have some hiccups, but I'm not sure if that's just a part of the melted look. They aren't the most comfortable shoes in the world, would recommend an insole, but they are still pretty good. Comes with an extra pair of laces too. The biggest flaw I saw was the insole. The writing is nonsensical. I assume they just found a dodgy picture on the internet and used Google Translate, so it doesn't make any sense, but no one's gonna notice that anyway. But I still thought I'd mention. The heel counter doesn't feel great. I think it's a plastic heel counter, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But apart from that, these shoes are definitely worth it. I would say probably go with the regular black and white colorway though. They probably match with more things, but still, these are definitely a good pickup and I have no regrets really.
Bape stand.
These are the Bape Skatesters in a fantasy green colorway, so these don't really exist, but I still think they look good and the quality is still definitely there. Leather all feels okay, stitching basically has no flaws. Only flaw I think is the back heel stitching where it says Bapestar. On one of the shoes it looks a bit slanted, but I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not, because I saw another shoe on the subreddit with the same thing. Sole feels pretty good, they're pretty comfortable too. I'd say go true to size. The toe box looks fine, pops up, but there's 2 layers of leather there, so it's a bit thick at the front, but that's on purpose. Star placement looks fine to me. I don't know much about Bapesters, so I can't make a comment on them, but they all look pretty good. Not much to say about these, they look pretty good. Insole feels fine. Yeah, definitely good, would recommend these.
Bag and jewelry, dog.
Here's a really cheap Bape Kids bag. Again, this is another fantasy piece, but it still looks really good. Quality's a bit worse than a regular Nike pouch. Feels a little bit plasticky and is a bit small, but for the price you can't complain. Biggest gripe is that the strap is a bit small. It is replaceable, so it's not too big of a deal, but the longest it goes is still, for me, a bit small. Another thing I'm not a huge fan of is the red tag on the bag. It kind of clashes with the design, but you might be able to cut it off. It's up to you. There's 3 compartments on there. There's the Velcro on the front and then 2 inside. Definitely has enough space for all you'll need to carry, and yeah, not much else to say. Embroidery's good, and for the price it's a must buy. Here's some Vivienne Westwood jewellery. One thing I should mention before I start is that you should definitely lead test all jewellery that you buy from China, or at least check for another user that has. These have already been tested already by someone on the Reddit. We'll start with this ring. It's adjustable, so you don't need to worry about your ring size or anything. Not sure if this is a fantasy piece or not, but it still looks really good. Not much to say, quite a simple ring with a small chain on it. Yeah, pretty cool, definitely worth the price as well. Next is this wings necklace. Some legit checking things are the back doesn't have branding and the clasp only has one form of branding on it. Despite that, it still looks really cool, feels sturdy and the link is quite nice too. Next is the pearl wings bracelet. I believe it's the same pendant as the necklace, but I'm not sure. In terms of legit checking this, it has all the correct branding on it, and the pearls are fake, but real Vivienne has fake pearls too. One thing to mention is that the pendant sometimes flips around while wearing it. Not much to say again, definitely a good piece for the price. Last is this simple chrome heart style bracelet. I don't think it's an actual collab, but this is the best way that I can describe it. It runs a bit big for me, but then again I have thin wrists, so it might not for you. Branding is wrong on this, there's no stamping on the back, there's nothing on the clasps either, but for the price you can't complain. It is pretty light, but it still doesn't feel like it will break, if that makes sense. So it's still pretty good. Really simple piece, not too loud, would be good to layer with other things.
Ricky Ducks, man.
Last we have these Rick Owens Doc Marten collab. These weighed a lot, so I would definitely recommend shipping without the box. I would highly recommend going true to size on these. They run about a half size too big, but if you go down a size, you'll get blisters on your heel. These were quite cheap for what they are, but that does come with a few flaws. The biggest one would be the white stitching. If you don't know what you're looking for, you won't notice it, but it shouldn't be white, it should be more of a cream colour like the laces. Another flaw is the insole doesn't have Rick Owens branding, but no one notices that because no one's looking at the insole. And the leather should be a bit more matte, but after some use it will lose the shine. Here they look really shiny just because of the light, but in real life they aren't as shiny. Tags are correct, they are pretty comfortable too. The insole's really thick, so you won't be wearing through it anytime soon, especially with the sole as well. You do need to break them in a bit because, you know, they are a leather boot, but even before that they still are quite soft and they don't hurt to wear, which is good. The sole is a bit squishy, but I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not. It does say bouncing soles on the tag, but I'm not sure because I don't own a pair of Rick Owens or Doc Marten shoes. Zip feels good, lace looks seem sturdy. Oh, and they also come with black laces, but the cream ones definitely look a lot better. I would recommend picking them up as it's different from your usual Dunks or Jordans, and it can be a nice addition to your wardrobe. Not much else to say about them though, they are definitely worth the pickup. yeah, that pretty much wraps up the whole video. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely got a lot for my money. Paid about £200 shipped. And yeah, not much else to say. I've got another haul coming with more clothes and jewellery. Yeah, see you in the next one.